defender.
What's going on, fellas? Just got a first game up for the year for 221. Hopefully that's not too loud in the background. Got the stream up here. Let me see how this sounds, see how it looks, give you guys the link. Got a little chance here to watch the first game of the second season. Hopefully, we have a new owner here using Twitch, so I got ads to deal with. Oh, hold on one second.
Mixon will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose.
All right, let me go see if this thing is working. See how it sounds. I'm gonna mute it for a second.
Here we go. 2nd and goal from the 1. Now Burrow. They'll roll him out right. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Robert Tonyan, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Bengals have got it back to within a score. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
I missed the touchdown. The bad thing about Twitch, you can't go back and you can't watch it, so it's all good, baby. All right, let me put this up in the main link.
Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. This offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3. Because remember, Charles drives 1 and 2.
All right. Let me make sure this is actually public.
Every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started. The way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown. And that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
I got a new guy here. Want to see if he can hang against the mighty Views. A lot of pressure for Views to go up against a brand new guy coming from the RDFL. I'm very curious to see how this goes. All right. My microphone might get screwed up here. I got a lot of different things going on. Just 2 minutes.
But they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
I'm just gonna get the thing pulled up so I can look at it. Turn this off, mute this. It's been a while since I did a live stream. I gotta start doing more of these. Let's turn this off. All right. Oh, it's that 3rd and 10, a big, it looked like an in-breaking route. I didn't see what the route was. Did not see what the route was. Let me turn this way.
like play action on 3rd and 10 is fake as fuck.
Oh, we got
That's just fake.
commentary.
That's not.
We got
That's not.
commentary. We got a new guy commentary on day one. All right. I love it. Love it. I agree with them though. 3rd and 10, that's really kind of bullshit. And we don't have a rule against that, bro. But to be honest with you, it should be like an understood rule. Go and play action on 3rd and 10. That's kind of fugazi. I ain't gonna lie. Anybody in the stream, let me know how it sounds. I don't know how my mic sounds. I have it set up for when I do my videos, so it might go in and out, in and out. It may not be good for this type of broadcast. I'm not gonna lie, man. I kind of wanted to see this new guy come up and go up against Views in game one. I would say Views can be controversial sometimes. Let's be honest. Love the guy, but sometimes people come out of games feeling a little certain way. So I'm just kind of serious to see how that goes against a brand new guy. He has his mic on. He can't hear me, but he's giving commentary. I don't think he knows that anybody's really watching this. My whole league is watching it. It's on public. I love that type of pressure. That's the way it should be. All right, 2nd and 7 in the red zone. He stacked the box. He was ready for the run. He was playing man coverage, getting ready for the bubble. I always tell people, man, if you don't have RPO defense down the red zone, you're probably going to lose a lot of games. Looks like he has a whole lot of adjustments on with his zone drops. So he's not a match guy, I'll tell you that. Using the D end. Yeah, that's wide open. Woof. I'm surprised Lawrence missed that. It just goes to show you, I guess even the best quarterbacks can miss wide open guys. He was wide open. My chat is open on YouTube. Anybody wants to comment in there?
Nigga did a play action on 3rd and 10.
And then we got he's still mad about the play action on the 3rd and 10. See, I'm gonna tell you, anybody watching this even later on. So this is the combination of two different leagues coming together, right? So this guy with the Bengals is coming from a very, very strict league where you can't really do anything. Like, I mean, everything. Like your gameplay is super, super, just micromanaged. I played in that league for a little bit. Didn't like it because it had sliders for gameplay, so I kind of backed off of it. But they micromanage everything, strafing, everything, how you move with your players. Now 221 is not like that. Obviously, we have more flexibility, but we expect guys to play with some sort of just understanding of not trying to abuse the game. You know, it's kind of like an understood rule. Now we have some rules that obviously you can't do certain things, but we're not going to limit play action on 3rd and long. I mean, people should just not be abusing it. If they do, then obviously we would take corrective action. But corrective action could be just a DM. You know what I'm saying? And then maybe not an invite back the next cycle. But that's just one play out of how many? 60, 70, 80. So, but anyway, I just want to let anybody watching it. This is two extremes here because Views is one of those guys who just plays to play. He plays to have fun. He doesn't necessarily he's not going to always follow the sim rules. And, we got to have a mix of different people. So I always appreciate that. Well, Views is one of those guys that will make people talk, which is always fun. Come on, man. Everybody loves a little controversy, right? A little bit. Can't be all cherry and whatever the damn saying is. I'm moving around, so my mic is going to be all kind of choppy, so I apologize. All right. So I'm not even watching the game. We got a little counter play on 3rd down. Not a good play this year, in my opinion. Counter just doesn't pop like it used to, especially versus the high pressure defenses you see a lot in today's game. Counter is not it. So, yep. We get a pause. Don't pause the game, bro. Come on, man. That's going to cause the glitch. I put a note out about that, bro. Oh, yeah. What's going on here?
this one now in their own territory. Gutsy call. They're going to go for this.
Okay, we got a fourth down rule here. We're down at, oh my goodness, he had to look up the fourth down rules. Here we go.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts.
We got commercials here.
Stop it prior to what will be.
You got to be down by more points, not 10. Yep. I'm glad he called timeout. Oh, we're about to see if the kick meter glitch is about to ruin the game, ruin the day. Oh, whoa, what's going on here? We got RIP. You gotta be past the 50, bro. We got a new guy.
A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about winning it to a one-score game and a half might provide a psychological boost. Here's Burrow setting up to throw. And the Jags get to him as he goes. Brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass rush.
And every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense.
I'll be right back to the broadcast here in a second.
Second and 18. Got a man open. It's Chase. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made to the Jaguars' 27-yard line. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now Burrow on first down. And this is incomplete.
So it looks like some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone, but this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Second and 10 now from the 27.
All right, back on the stream here. Screen got blown up. No huddle. Oh, it's 2 minutes left. He doesn't have any timeouts? Call timeout, bro. What you doing? You wasted a play there. You could have got a play into the end zone, then kicked the field goal. Well, at least this game is pretty close still. 17-10. Let me change the mic real quick. Hold on. Let me we'll try a different microphone. Actually, I'll just keep it on this. If it sounds bad, let me know. What's up? There we go. We got people in the thing. Spider 2 Y banana. More depth to pass protection. I've tried that in the past, man. That hasn't gone well, man. What's up, K Ghost? I saw it. I subscribed to what's his name? X and O, right? That's his name. Yeah, I saw the video on the traffic check. I saw some of it. I watched like the first half of it. I'm not a fan because I have to watch the whole video. But you got to play with the corner, right? I'm pretty sure he was playing with the corner, and then he was also moving. I don't like to have stuff where I have to manually move somebody down. I think he was moving the safety down into the box and playing with the corner. But it looks very similar to the lock triangle stuff that I put out a while ago. It's kind of in the same idea, you know. Traffic, I guess, is another way to play bunches. There's probably like 30 different ways to play bunches, but lock triangle is what I learned. Traffic, I can see that coming from the Saban system or whatever it might be, or from the Belichick system, but I don't see me playing with the corner. Let me know if I'm wrong on that. All right, so here we go. Beginning of the third quarter. What up, BCU man?
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right?
You know, these are the Super Bowl champs, man. I wonder how much XP he got from winning the Super Bowl. He probably got a lot.
These are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
So the first play of the
Locking
drive
levels,
is set.
baby.
So now they'll look to move it forward.
Locking levels is probably the best way to play. I ain't gonna lie. In real life. Unless you are a man team. So like the teams I coached on, we worked on all those combinations all day. So like DB individual period was basically like working on combinations, working on the routes that you're going to get that week, working lock levels, working triangle, working all different types of stuff. Halo, different types of way to play in and out. 3rd and 14 under center formation. Don't see. I ain't gonna lie. See, hold up. See, this is where I got to be really honest with you guys, and I'm real honest with my new guy here. So you talk shit about how he ran play action on 3rd and 10, but on 3rd and 10 you came out under center, 2 backs in the backfield, and ran slants. You ran a quick game route, waiting for the slant to get all the way across the field to the other side. That's not nah. I'll take play action on 3rd and 10 as a simulator, as a sim whatever over that. That's just no. So I could talk trash against that too right there. Just being honest. I tried to put in 220 when I was on the front office. I tried to put in there an idea to put in a get rid of the super slant. That's what I called it. So people call slant routes and use it as crossing routes. So they don't throw it on the 3-step timing that it should come out. They wait for it to go across the field, and they create these kind of like in between crossing type of routes that are really annoying as hell to stop. And to me, that's not sim. That's just real gamerish. You know what I mean? But it's hard to control all that stuff, man. But it's good to talk about. This guy loves counter, man. I haven't seen counter be a good play this year, to be honest with you. Got people in the chat. I appreciate that. So wait, the corner though? So you have to use the corner though, right? Because doesn't he have a situation where the corner is reading what one? When one goes under, you don't chase it. So if you don't use the corner, then what happens with the corner? He just lets him play his normal quarters rules. Because that's the thing. He didn't talk about how quarters for the corner and the safety is different than it was last year. Box is different. It's playing different. So I got to watch the whole video. I'll watch it again. Yeah, Plex. That's exactly. I got that from probably a similar league that you were talking about. Most sim leagues don't allow that. I'm pretty sure RDFL doesn't allow that either. Who's in the RDFL? Anybody in here? Let me check real quick. I think, yeah, Rocket, you're in that league, right? Or were you not? No, you weren't. I'm surprised. RDFL is a very strict league. Well, it's good to see that I'm not the only one that misses on the Yankee concept. Even the best quarterbacks in the game can't throw a wide open guy sometimes. I'm trying to read the chat on a different computer screen, which is on not where the video is. So if you hear me getting quiet, that's why. All right, so he locks the corner on man. Okay, so he pretty much he locks the corner. That's fine. Well, you have to play opposite. I don't know. If he locks the corner on number 1 and number 1 runs inside, then what happens? And you're using the 3 receiver player. Then what do? You go follow number 3 man to man. You basically it turns into just lock levels. As you see, we're getting into a side conversation over here that is not paying attention to the game. Yeah, definitely. I definitely know about the manning up anybody and how that changes the distribution and how everybody else reads it. That's what I have in my. I talked about that in my Patreon. What's his stress check? I'm not sure what his stress check means to him. Stress used to mean to me versus 3x1 nub. We used to have a situation where if we called quarters, we would actually just basically zone with the safety that's deep. He wouldn't play 2-1. He would just basically play over 3 and 2. A little closer to 2, but he would play between them. But that's a different terminology that's from the Rex Ryan system. Stress means something different. That's the thing about football, man. We could talk technique, but it's like you call it apples, I call it bananas. People get caught up on lingo so much, semantics. All right, this is actually going to be a close game, man. I missed how it really got to this point where it looks like our new guy, which I can't even. I guess his name is Tay or T. I don't know. I gotta get his name right. He just joined like 2 days ago. This dude joined during the draft, bro. Thank God he did this for the league, man. The league was the guy that had this team flaked out, didn't do the offseason, wasn't there for the draft. And then he hit me up earlier that day. We were talking about joining, and then I was like, hey, are you around? Can you join during the draft? In the first round, he joined in and just picked up the team, man. So we kind of burnt through our waiting list, man. Our waiting list is pretty much down to 1 or 2 people left. We had 11 people at one point. Bad kick. Yeah, I saw your video, Rocket. It was good, man. You showed it to me, right? Look, I'll say this about all the adjustments that I try to make and how I try to make my adjustments. I'm trying to make 2 adjustments max, like for coverage, because if you make more than 2 guys having to adjust, then you're really kind of taking the chance you're going to get quick snapped. Can't get it in, you know? And besides, I make adjustments with my run fronts too, so that means now we're up to 4 adjustments, and that makes it really hard, you know? So usually if like coverage, it's like put 1 guy into a different assignment, maybe 2, and that's it. So I gotta look over his thing, but when I saw him user in the corner on his initial examples, I just figured it was kind of like the deuce close buster, where you had to use the corner to make it really play right. And I just said, well, that's good. It's a good idea. It's good to use in certain situations, but it can't be like a every time you get bunch type of thing, like your main strategy. That's how I saw it, but I could be wrong. It was a long video. I only got through about half of it. So stress is what some people call poaching, right? Is that what stress is? You meg the backside receiver and you have the backside safety come over and look for 3 vertical. It's just that if he's doing that versus bunch, that's versus trips. It happens naturally in the game. Versus bunch, it doesn't really play like that. I think cover 9, it might play like that. I'm not sure how it plays, actually. That's one thing I haven't really studied the backside safety in palms and cover 9 versus bunch. Does he still come running over, looking to help out on vertical of 3? I know they do it versus spread 3-by-1. But they kind of play in no man's land, in my opinion. They don't really play. They don't really play like, you know. They kind of stand there sometimes and not cover the guy. That was a very risky defense on 3rd and 2. I guess he was just going for it. Decent play.
The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Throwing quickly, this is caught by Kirk. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action.
Yeah, the wide receiver, the wide weak safety does help in cover 9. I got to stop using him then. I usually kind of use that guy in the backside and kind of disguise and do that job myself. But if he does it, I can go play with somebody else. That's good.
Second down and 4. Straight ahead, ETN. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 76 yards on the ground.
By the way, from what I see, the way he calls traffic, or when I looked at that, what was it, the Alabama playbook? From my lingo, going back to Ravens defense, this is where a lot of the lingo that I use, Ravens 2000. So you're talking about all those guys, which does include originally where Fangio got his first initial work with the defense. It's just lock, and we called it lock tango. So you lock the point man, and you just in and out 1 and 3. So, and the thing about using specific words is that you can kind of change who you want to lock, right? So you can say lock 1 and tango 2 and 3. You can say lock 3, tango 1 and 2. But just locking the point man and playing in and out, you know. Now, I think that's pretty much what it is, because the safety coming down, I'm not sure how he got him involved. Because a true triangle, when he explained that, I think he said if there's 2 out, like if 1 and 2 both go out, that the inside guy plays the second out. That's the difference in triangle. Usually in real triangle, the safety would come down and sit between those 2 guys. So if you get double out or double ends, the safety drives it from high to low. So that could be a different defense than what I think he's trying to create. I'm not quite sure how the safety gets involved in his defense, you know. But I'll go back and look at it some more. So it probably has nothing to do with triangle. It's probably something completely different. When this game is over, I'm going to go take a look at it.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
I'll keep the live stream on, and I'll. Do I get in trouble for doing that? I'll watch it with the sound off or something. I don't know. I'll turn the sound off on the broadcast and watch it. I missed the Jacksonville touchdown. You guys are distracting me with real football talk, man. Or at least match football talk, which is what the channel is about. So I appreciate it. I'll say this: our new guy hasn't said anything. He hasn't called the man out on the stream, so he must be okay with how the game is going so far. That's the thing in my league. I might just live stream your game at any moment. If I'm free, I might just turn your game on and let the world see it. But that's also because I'm proud of the league. I think the league does a good job with its gameplay. So I think showing anybody play in our league, it's going to be pretty good, you know? I think other people are going to want to play in the league once they see the gameplay and how we do things. Again, like I went back and I said in the beginning, a lot of the rules, there's a lot of rules about like roster management, but the actual gameplay, we just have some basic stuff. Like you can only use one guy on defense. You can't move one guy and then use another. You know, basic stuff. 4th down rules. We don't ban a lot of plays unless it's really broken, you know. 3rd and 10, he's just going to go with a little bit of curl flat combination here with the angle. Put the guy in the he forced it. Not sure what that concept was. See, to me, again, that could be that concept looked like curl flat's good versus single high defense, man defense. On the left-hand side, he put that guy in a seam route. I'm thinking that would have been his too high beater side. I'm not sure. So kind of working a little bit of a high-low on that left-hand side. But I probably would have put the seam. I would have put a seam route on the same side as the angle, and that could have worked as maybe as a high-low read versus like a too high defense. Quarters, you got the curls on both sides. If that was his thought process, hey, just didn't execute it. I don't know. Who's the new guy? Bengals. He got some long ass name. Let me go. What the hell? Where's it at?
Now it's Burrow. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted.
Do I commentate on the regular? I try to commentate. Somebody asked me that in one of my in the chat. Oh, there goes the strafe rule. There go the strafe rule conversation. So that was my biggest complaint about that league that he's coming from, was that they made you have to strafe all the time unless you're in man coverage. Wow. I thought that was going to get picked. And that's not realistic. When you play certain coverages, you play match coverage too. You're not going to always strafe. There's catch, carry, deliver coverages when you go with zone pressures that you run with the guy and then you stop and you let him go. There's disguises that sometimes I'm disguising my safeties and they have to run to get back to their landmark. So strafing in the middle, strafing with a player is not always realistic. I actually told the guys that. That was one of the main reasons why I didn't continue with the league, because I just felt like it limits what you could do on defense. And then people take advantage on offense. So you would see like routes like stick routes, 3x1 stick on the regular. Because if you're a zone team, you can never cover number 3 on a stick route if you have to strafe for the first couple steps. As soon as he works out and sits down, you're strafing in slow motion. People took advantage of it. And if it was man coverage, it's just, you're just running against man. There's little things that people do to kind of take advantage of some of the rules. And that's the reason why we try not to have so many rules like that. It sucks to have a lot of different rules on how you move your players. Now, but it does suck when people also want to run around like a chicken with the head cut off and try to cover 4 routes. That's not cool either. He just hit him with a zig. Yeah, and the funny thing is that like when I play, I do strafe when it makes sense, right? Like let's say I'm playing match coverage, right? And I got to work to number 3, and I'm in the box. I got to get out to him. I can't just strafe out to him. I got to open up and run for a couple steps, maybe get to his inside shoulder, and then get back to a strafe after that. You can't always just be strafing from the beginning of every play, unless we're just playing like, I don't know. That's not realistic. It's actually less realistic to be strafing all the time. But I get the idea of people putting it in their leagues because they just try to get away from people running around and lurking all the time, running in circles. So he's going to just pretty much run this ball out. He knows his game is over. So when you get new guys like this, that's the reason why I wanted to stream this. I hope he goes back and listens to it because I know he's going to be frustrated with a little bit how the game is different. He also talked about sliders. So he was asking me about like, hey, do you have sliders and whatnot? And I'm like, nah, we don't. We go with default. Let me turn my sound down in the background. The reason why I go default sliders, or my leagues go default sliders, and I like that, is because it's the same gameplay. It's uniformed. Once you start messing with sliders, with gameplay, you start changing thresholds, you start changing how people catch the ball, move around, then you're constantly tweaking it all year long. And then you get the constant people crying about, oh, I don't like this, we need to change it. And then they're going off of small sample sizes, right? They're going off of like a couple games played, they had a bad game. Had nothing to do with how they're actually playing Madden. It's just about everything has to do with the sliders. So once you start getting into slider hell, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Yeah, I've done that too. Like, because what you're saying, K Ghost, about strafing in the beginning and then running out to your guy. Yep, I do that as well sometimes. It depends on how close you are to your guy, right? If you're close to him, you don't have to run to him right away. And also, you're trying to read run pass too, right? So that's the slippery slope. That's why I don't like the whole idea of saying you have to strafe when you're in zone. That's what other leagues do. If you're in a zone, even if you're a safety, you have to strafe. Like you're a safety working in space in like 15-yard, 16-yard, 20-yard boxes. You can't always be strafing in the middle of your zone. You know what I'm saying? You might have to run to kind of get close to a receiver and then strafe. Middle linebackers, maybe a little bit less. You're working on less space, but still, it's no, 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 no. And then from a commissioner standpoint, I got to go back and watch tape about guys strafing and not strafing and breaking rules on that. We're not doing that around here, boy. Can't do that. We just got to have players that just don't, you know, just are good owners. That's the key, man. That's the key.
So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on fourth.
By the way, X and O made me think about it. I've had some stuff on my Patreon for like 2 months now that we've talked about, and out of respect to the guys who supported me on Patreon, I don't want to just like put it out for free. But I'm definitely going to do that. I'm going to start putting out some of these coverage adjustments just to give other people other tools that they can use in their toolbox. And that's the best way. The way he described tools is how we used to talk about it too. It's a toolbox. You have different ways to play all the problem formations that you get, and then now you have some answers. And you probably need like at least 2 to 3 different answers versus every problem. If you want to be a good defensive mind, you want to have. Oh, ETN's going to get out of there. You want to have answers that look different. I think 3 is the best. That's my favorite number. You guys know that by now. So you could just play, different. It could be traffic. It could be something as simple as just playing cover 2. It could be something like playing my lock triangle. So this game is over. It kind of ended. It kind of ended a little bit anticlimactic, I guess. But yeah, man. I hope my new guy, come check the stream out, man. I'm gonna do this more often. Obviously, I just wanted to jump on first game of season 2. We did a great job in the off season. We added 6 new people, 7 new people. Um, 2 or 3 guys left on their own just because of personal reasons. Actually, more than that. About 4 people left on their own for work, personal reasons. It makes perfect sense. And then we added some new people. We changed out 2 people, or maybe 3. And we still hopefully there's not that much more turnover. I don't want to be doing this every season, so hopefully it's not that much more turnover. I think the stream has stopped. So what I'll do is let me just keep it running here because I do want to go. Let me see if I can kind of make the screen black here for 1 second. All right, hold on 1 second, guys. What I'll do is this. You guys who were talking about the X and O film, I'm gonna go take a look at that, and then I will come back. Let's see what we got going on tonight. I can come back this afternoon, actually. I'm gonna come back this afternoon and do another live stream just to do one for fun. So give me like half an hour. Let me just make sure my schedule's set. Yep. I'll come back like half an hour and we'll talk about that. And I might just do in a live stream. I'll talk about my idea of playing triangle. So triangle is something that I've been working. It's a bastardized version of triangle, but I'm working it. All right. All right, guys. I'll hit you up later. Thanks for watching the stream. I'll be back in a half an hour with another live stream. All right. Peace.